All right, hey everyone, welcome to the No Guts, No Galaxy podcast 146. We are your hosts, Phil and Daeron. Today is October 5th, 2016. And first off, I'd like to say, how are you doing, Mama Bear?
I don't have coffee.
What? What do you mean you don't have coffee?
This is the first podcast in many, I think ever, that I don't have coffee.
What?
I have water.
Can I ask you, do we
Why?
need an intervention? Yeah, like why? Is this like on purpose?
Because as we were getting ready with this podcast, setting up and so forth, and getting ready with the show notes, many people all of a sudden decided to contact me, and I had to deal with some stuff, and so I didn't get into the kitchen to start the frickin' coffee.
So is this
I'm
really
disappointed, man.
is this really cruel of me right now?
What, your little shot glass of coffee?
Oh, so fresh, so hot. Hey, what is going on, guys? Got a few people out there. Don't forget, guys, if you'd like to help support the podcast, retweets are appreciated. Spread the word of the gospel that is the podcast. Anyways, guys, we are back. And so anyways, we're going to go jump in. What is going on with you, Daeron? What is going on in your life? Talk to us. Like, first off, you said you don't have coffee, so I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, don't worry. I had a cup when I got up this morning, so it's not like I'm going without. I'm not abstaining from coffee these days or anything like that. I'm sure I'll have another half a cup or something like that tonight.
Half a gallon?
Half a bowl. Yeah.
Half a gallon?
A liter, something. I don't know. What's going on with me? Obviously, we're busy with work, so getting a lot of stuff done there. We'll get to that later. Getting ready for... Well, we got Halloween coming up, which is, multiple things for us to celebrate besides Halloween. We'll be getting to that as well. November, going to Disneyland with my family, kind of saving and getting ready for that. And then, of course, in December, you know what we got coming.
Hey,
So just kind of, doing the normal grind and getting ready for these winter months.
didn't you go to Disney last year and you said it was fantastic because Star Wars?
2 years ago, dude. 2 years ago. Time flies. Yeah,
Star Wars.
It was, yeah, Star Wars everywhere. And now it's going to be more. Some of the rides are actually shut down because they're building, Star Wars.
That
Land.
whole,
Yeah.
oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked.
What are you doing? I see all the Spartan stuff, including the fact.
Yeah.
Like, championships, like less than an hour from me.
Yeah,
You didn't
Tahoe.
You're going all over the place,
Yep.
but you don't go to the one that's right next to me.
I knew I was going to catch shit for that. I didn't say anything because I was like, maybe he just won't, he won't.
I
No.
watch. All
right,
I'm
so-
listening.
Yes. Me personally, as far as in my real world life, I know what it's at. No, I've been really involved in getting back into a healthy lifestyle, fitness, and I discovered Spartan races. Actually, I'm about to hit my year mark at the basically November. But the first race I did, which is for those that don't know, Spartan is an obstacle course race. And it's not the team ones you see. They did a team challenge recently, but it's the championship series you may have caught. Anyways, just sort of fell in love with it, and I said yes, like I want to do more, and I got in really involved. So yeah, I've been doing that. I've been traveling up the coast. I went to Vermont. I've never been to Vermont. Went to Killington Ski Resort and trudged up mountains. But yeah, man.
Devil Cran right there in chat just said a friend was at the Tahoe one in cold
Yeah.
water.
So-
Shrinkage, anyone?
So it was 29 degrees when they started the race. And the water there, you can imagine, there was two like swimming areas.
Dude,
that
it's
they had.
cold there on a good day.
Second day, weather was so bad, it started picking up windy, it started snowing. They had to close down, I think, like an extra mile or two from the course, and a few of the obstacles they had to cut out because just safety like concerns with wind. I had friends that went. I will be going next year because, like, again, this was sort of my oh shit, Super King Dak with the resub, 26 months in a row, bro. Thank you so much for your support. Speaking of which, I feel bad. We missed Adobo subbed literally as I went live.
Thank you, Adobo, for your support.
My heart, Adobo. Is that a heart? It's a heart. It's a heart. You. Thanks, bro. And yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'll be out there next year. But so
Awesome.
far,
So are the finals always in Tahoe?
I think so.
Or the championships, whatever?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, and the great thing with it, for me at least, is it's something I can connect with, and you know, as far as fitness and making it sort of a lifestyle. And yeah, some people would call us crazy and this and that, but you know, I love it, and that's what I've been doing. So
If it
yeah.
makes you happy, then it is worth your while.
Yeah, pretty much. What is going on?
I'm not on in a fitness kick
Well,
right now.
we've talked about that actually recently, sir.
Yeah.
I think I need to send Rebecca a message.
Well, anyway, I've been doing wrist crunches or wrist lunges. Anyway, let's get on to some more topics. Speaking of in your life right now happens to be the time of year when a bunch of TV shows either come back or start up, like new ones.
One show I'm so waiting
One
for.
show?
Walking Dead. It's
Yeah, I don't blame you at all, but like I stopped watching season 5 for some reason.
I'm surprised you even got that far.
I know. I just woke up one day and I was like, I don't want to watch it anymore. You know, like, I'm not saying it's a bad show in any way. I think it's an awesome show, but I just, I don't know.
Is it that you feel like it's repetitive, like repeating itself? Like, what else can they do? Like, they lose a member, they get more members.
It felt repetitive, and I know that it got better because I do listen to people that review it and so forth like that. But yeah, I just fell out of. I'll probably catch it again.
I've been intrigued. I didn't really get into Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I tried to. I've heard it's gotten better. But yeah, you know, that I'm looking forward. I mean, the big one for me outside of TV shows would be.
Well, don't get into movies yet.
That I don't really watch
TV show.
Is it bad or any else?
Well, Netflix. You watching Luke Cage?
No, I haven't started yet. I've heard.
Luke Cage, very good. It's not. I still feel like the first season of Daredevil, and it might have been because the actor that played Kingpin was the best of all these Netflix series. That being said, I think they're all amazing. I saw somebody the other day that said
it crashed Netflix last week.
Oh, yeah.
When it came out.
Dude, it's huge, and I mean, literally, they're planning solo series for all these people. You've got Daredevil, you've got Jessica Jones, you've got Luke Cage, you got Iron Fist, and then there's going to be the Defenders, which is the team up one. You know, so multiple seasons of all the solo episodes, multiple seasons of the Defenders. Probably you got Punisher added onto that. So it's like right now, if you're a superhero fan, it is a crazy time in the movies on TV.
Well,
all my stupid superhero movies.
I was just
TV
talking about
shows
this.
starting
Like,
up again.
I feel like I'm on the outside a bit because I didn't grow up reading any of the comics, and I almost feel like overloaded. Like I don't.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude,
I'm a huge comic fan, and it's overload.
It's not like I'm like heroed out,
Everywhere
like
you
right,
turn.
right. But it's like Arrow and Jessica Jones and the Agents of Shield and the Flash and
Superman and
all, and I'm like,
Gotham. It is crazy, dude. It's only going to go. Maybe it'll go up still.
it's a good bad thing, right? It's a good bad thing. It's good because there's plenty of choices. Yeah, I mean.
But anyway, Luke Cage, really good. But as far as TV goes, somebody did get it in chat there. Let's see who was that.
Westworld?
Dude.
That's on HBO,
First of all,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, I watch. If you're a fan of the original, this was Westworld is by Michael Crichton, same guy that wrote the whole Jurassic Park series and so forth. He loves something about amusement parks, giant amusement parks and so forth. Michael Crichton's all over that. But anyway, if you remember the original Westworld, I was very excited when I heard that it was being redone.
I didn't know what it was.
It is good, dude. It is really good. Good acting. But again, it's HBO.
Yeah.
So you know the direction the HBO goes. I feel like they're just basically setting this up, and that's not necessarily a bad thing at all, to be the replacement for Game of Thrones when that finishes. Like their next big gazillion-dollar project with violence and nudity.
But you know what's great about that too is the fact of now we get good shows that aren't just turned into a hour-and-a-half movie and then it never does justice. Like Game of Thrones, I was in college. I remember I was playing Eve Like I remember I was playing Eve. I had like my 4 monitors, ships. I was probably killing people at the time, and on my TV, and I just had HBO in the background, and all of a sudden I heard crows, and then I was like, what the shit? And then it was like, winter's coming, and I was like, no fucking way. Like, what? And for HBO and Stars and Epics and all these, like, to me, and that's what I was saying, it's like a first world problem of having too many good shows, but at least...
It's like when you go into the supermarket and there's too much food, you don't know what to get.
At least you don't just get an hour-and-a-half movie that just falls short, or just try, like, to me, like, you know, some of the Spider-Man movies, or even the Batman, the latest Batman versus Superman. I just felt like there was just like so much they were trying to fit in there, and it falls
Honestly,
short.
dude,
you know,
Netflix and Amazon, I'm liking that TV better than movies right now. Like, I feel like Netflix and Amazon are just fucking blowing the doors off of modern entertainment, and I love it. I have no idea where we're going to be in 5 or 10 years with, you know, TV and movies and the separation.
Cable cutters. I mean, you've if you've read the news, and I've even thought about it, just basically.
Oh, we already did.
Yeah, just basically
a year ago, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one, it's absurdly expensive. Two, so what if you have 2,000 freaking channels?
We just subscribe to a service, dude. It's Xfinity out here, and with that we get HBO and what, you know. So it's real simple, and yeah, I mean, TV's just a different thing, and yeah. But anyway, so there's some good stuff. New shows are starting.
So if you could tell someone, if they hadn't seen, you saying Westworld. What if obviously if they don't have HBO.
Luke Cage.
Oh, Luke Cage. And if they don't have Netflix, you know what channel I really like?
I don't know. The Flash and Arrow. What?
No,
I'm saying if you don't have anything. What do you like?
And to be fair, I don't know if this is because I'm a vet.
That's actually true, hippie. It is true. Go ahead.
I don't know if it's because I'm a vet, but like,
yes,
I love watching the. I guess it's the Armed Forces channel now, or the American Heroes channel, like AH, like
yeah.
And I'm like, I have all these channels, and I don't know. I like, they've had this like this history of like evil, and like covering like all like the horrible people, like Adolf Hitler and all, like, you know, Castro and all that, right? And then you're watching like you know, World War II in color. Like, to me, I don't know. I get more out of that, to where I feel like I at least learn something, to where my mind isn't. I'm like, my wife, she watches these reality shows, and the thoughts that go through your head are like
between reality shows and well-written.
You're literally dumber watching these things. I'm like, you're totally I think I see brain oozing out of your ear, like, and it's just sick. It's like Anyways.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
Enough about TV, but
movies.
Talking about movies.
I have one movie. You already know what it is. That's all I care about right now, and it comes out in December.
Oh, you're talking about Star Wars?
Rogue One.
Yeah.
That's it. To me, and you know what's...
Well, have you seen anything recently, though?
No. I
saw Star Trek.
Yes, I did see Star Trek.
But I didn't see, like, you know, what was it, the thing with the Joker and Suicide Squad?
Haven't seen it yet, no. I will eventually, when, you know, but...
Yeah, when it comes out.
Yes, for Rogue One, I haven't watched any of the new trailers. I saw like the first 2, and then I was like, I don't want to see shit. And someone was like, why? And I'm like, because they release so much stuff. I just want to be awed and wowed and just surprise me when it goes live. I want the experience.
Your excitement about Star Wars, I have a question about that then. There's been quite a few people within my greater circle that have complained that Star Wars is going too much in the direction of the female hero and main characters, a la the way basically Hollywood is right now, like the Ghostbusters and so forth. What do you think about that? Does it bother you at all? Do you think about it? Do you not care? What?
No. If anything, I feel like there's obviously just a straight up imbalance between male and female lead roles or whatever. And anytime like Ghostbusters, I haven't seen it yet. My wife wants to see it. I want to see it, and it looked funnier and shit. But I feel like I don't know, is it our ego that gets in the way? Is it the fact of it was such a cult classic? You know,
That's it.
why would you fuck with it? And then of
Yeah.
course you throw in
People
the
don't
fact
like
of,
you fucking
oh,
with
well,
your-
why are you doing an all female cast? Well, they did an all male cast and no lead like
Yeah.
they had the secretary. Oh, how, you know. And so what do? They play on that and have a hot guy play
Yep.
their secretary. Like I don't know.
Well, I have 2 daughters, so I think my opinion is skewed. I mean, I feel like if you're doing it just for the sake of, if you're doing an all-male cast just to fucking have an all-male cast, or you have an all-female cast just to have an all-female cast, and there's no reason other than you're following a trend or what you think people will like, then I think it's stupid. If you have a reason for it, you know, if there's a reason and a purpose, then I don't care.
I
think,
will
you know,
concede.
equal opportunity.
I do think
But I did
that-
hear Ghostbusters sucked. But anyway,
well, see, I heard it was hilarious.
yeah,
I mean, again,
depends on your source,
right? Exactly. And you know, it's sort of like, oh, dude, I heard that movie. You know, my friend said it was like totally horrible. Well, is your friend a douche? Like, and he, you know, when it comes to like Ghostbusters, does he just, you know, would he, or you know, whatever
An
the
elitist,
reason?
the Ghostbusters elitist. They're like, don't fuck with the original, man.
You know, but
Which I understand, but yeah.
well, I think it just comes down to like, I guess we're gonna have a moment talking about, I guess, sexism in TV and movies, but. I mean, it's true. Like, I mean,
I don't
look
think
at
there's enough bearded
dude.
roles.
Look
anyway.
at our women's national soccer team. World Cup championships, blows the, you know, roof off of things, kicking ass, taking names. They make like 5 times less than men. Oh, they don't get paid.
Women's basketball too, dude.
They don't get paid when they lose, but yet men do. Like,
Yeah.
there's just so much bullshit. And yes, it literally has to do because they're women.
The world we live in.
Yeah. And
Well,
so, yeah. Not to go down that route, but
I think that's there's opinions on both sides. Like, for example, you know, just the example of women's basketball. I totally feel like there should be equality. However, you know, it's up to many things that determine what the pay is. If, like, for me personally, and I'm not knocking female athletes in any way whatsoever, I respect them equally as I do male. But for me, watching a guys basketball game on average is more entertaining than watching a girls basketball game
I
or
can
women's.
understand that. I can understand, like, maybe the pace, the feel. Now, there are sports that, like, I'll be honest.
But yeah, we are going into dark
Yeah.
waters.
Anyways,
we love, yeah, we're definitely for equal opportunity, but you know,
I think
anyway,
as
how
far
did we
as
get into
I think, well, you asked me, like movies. I think it is. Look, if you don't want to see a lead female character for whatever reason, you don't have to fucking watch it.
Yeah, no, right.
Like whatever, I'm gonna go enjoy the movie, and you're gonna be at home, sad panda or whatever. But I'm
that's what I was saying. It's in the hands of the viewers. You know, if there's viewership, then they're going to get paid and so forth. But anyway, let's get out of that and get right into politics and religion. No, I'm joking. Let's talk about reading. There's a good reason to talk about reading.
You know what?
It's fundamental. What?
I've got a book right here.
Do you?
Yeah, that
Show me.
I'm about to read.
Prove
and
it.
I'm looking forward to it because I've read the first one, and Frank Herbert, Dune,
Oh, yeah.
Children of
You're gonna go-
Dune.
Yeah, you're going to go continue the series?
Yeah, because like, and I had this on my wish list, and I forget. God,
That's a
probably
hell
off
of
the
a
top.
thing to undertake, dude. Those are some seriously big books.
Oh, these aren't that bad. I mean, really. I mean, the grand scheme. But Dune, such a damn good book. I mean, I've read it 4 or 5 times, and then I catch the original movie on TV, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys, you ruined it. You ruined it. I that's actually one series and one movie I wish someone would freaking do, like James Cameron or whoever, like come in here, and I just feel like they could do so much justice to, you know, getting rid of the 80s horribleness that was, you know. But anyways, this is on my reading list this week, and then I will probably transition over to something else. But what about you?
Well, this is my book. It has been my book for a long time.
Your phone.
Yeah, I just literally today finished the Star Force series by B.V. Larson. He's kind of I don't think he's self-published, but you can get him on Amazon and all that, sci-fi series. I don't know. It was like over 12 books that I read. It was, it was good. It was entertaining. I like, I guess I'm easy as far as reading goes. I just like to read. I read every single day. There's not a day that goes by where I'm not reading.
Why don't you get like a Kindle or a tablet, dude?
My phone's just more convenient. When I read a lot when I'm in bed. When I go to bed, I read for an hour or something like that. And those big things are just, I can't roll over and read or whatever. But anyway, I'm totally fine with my book. I've read like.
Well, I know.
60 books on
I
it.
always assumed you had a tablet.
I do have a Kindle.
Okay.
It's just not as convenient for me. But anyway, just finished that series, and I'm getting ready to restart. We've talked about this book, yes, like how we've cycled through these BattleTech books, how many times, yes, Kamikaze, that as well.
I should do that as well.
Dude, if you get 3 minutes done, you're 3 minutes further into a book. But anyway, the reason why we are bringing this up, besides the fact that we both obviously like to read and do continually read on a regular basis. BattleTech news. 2 weeks from today, so that makes it October 19th, Wednesday, October 19th, we're going to have Randall Bills from Catalyst Game Labs on our podcast to discuss the BattleTech ebooks. Most of you, some of you, whatever, have been aware they've been re-releasing the ebooks. You can get them on Kindle and other devices and so forth, and that's been exciting. It's been going through all those favorite trilogies that we like and
reprints
classics.
Of the cover artwork we've seen.
The cover artwork is awesome. It's just such how many times have we said it's such a good time to be a BattleTech MechWarrior fan? We've got MWO, we've got the tabletop, we've got BattleTech coming out next year from Hairbrain, which we'll be talking about, and we've got the re-release of the novels. We've got new miniatures. It's just a good time. But anyway, Randall Bills will be on there to talk about the ebooks as well and what's coming up with that, as well as his appearance at MechCon, what he's going to be doing there.
How many of you guys in chat are going to MechCon? Let us know.
Yeah, MechCon. Hi. We got some news about MechCon as well that we will be getting to. But anyway, that's a good remember when we started this podcast, we used to do like book of the month and so forth, remember?
Yeah, but then you started falling behind. I'm just going to throw you under the bus on that one, because I remember.
That might have been true.
No, actually, I think it was me and you were reading, but Alex and Greg, none of them were reading.
Those lazy bastards.
So it was like, oh, it's Phil talking for 30 minutes about a book.
Yeah.
What's new? So,
well, we'll see what happens. We'll talk about the books that we're reading and see if it turns into some kind of segment. But moving on from reading, we've talked about life, TV, movies, reading. Games. That's something else we do, right? We have something to do with games occasionally anyway. Are you playing any good games?
Of late, I have played a little bit of Paragon, which is a first-person, third-person perspective. It's like Smite, but it's by Epic Games, obviously showcasing Unreal Engine, and it's not top-down isometric. It's, again, like third-person, and been enjoying that. Played it with Crazy Hippie a bit. Also, I played the Battlefield 1 open beta, and I'm going to give you my opinion on that.
Okay. Lay it on me. I just watched Angry Joe's review of the single-player trailer today.
Ooh, okay, I haven't... Okay, so first off, EA burnt us on Battlefield 4 with their release. Now, I heard it has gotten better, but dude, it was too much. Battlefield 3 in itself was one of those things where it came out, their open beta map was Metro, no vehicles. It was just basically COD with, group, basically group spawning and stuff like that, squad-based combat. Okay. I could deal with that, but then BF4 happened. Anyways, going back, BF1. Loved it. It was one map, but I never felt like, oh my god, this freaking map again. Visually.
Well, it was kind of two versions of one map. There was a smaller version for the other game.
I never. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never played that. Visually, fantastic Frostbite engine. They got rid of that like Levolution crap that like dynamically altered the entire environment. Environmental effects were fantastic. Gameplay, spawning. You played together. We played with a bunch of our friends.
Balance.
I actually liked it. But there were some clear winners when it came to some weapon systems. But overall, I'm looking forward to it. I have not pre-ordered it. I'm not going to pre-order it because EA can just... Yeah, no, not going to happen, dude. So once it comes out, and if it doesn't have any launch issues, I'll consider it. But until then, no. Don't pre-order shit, people. Like,
Yeah,
when
so
it's
if you're
shit,
not
it's
gonna-
shit.
Zoof, you're not going to get the it's not realistic argument from us. I understand where people are coming from that, but honestly, I feel like the people that hound the realism thing, whether it be Battlefield or World of Tanks or whatever, War Thunder, all they're doing is just making it so that they're not enjoying any games. I mean, you're going to be limited to just hardcore simulators or whatever. I mean, I get it. I like elements of realism. For example, I don't NASCAR my mechs up with decals, and I'm not dogging anybody that does, but I don't, because in my head it's not realistic or what I want to see. Game aesthetics are a big thing for me. I have to enjoy the vehicles I'm driving around, or the infantry that I'm moving around, or the guns that I'm using, whatever. Visuals are a big thing for me as far as just enjoying the immersion of a gameplay. And a lot of times the realism, you just can't go overboard with it. I understand the people wanting realism, but that's not my thing. I agree pretty much with Phil as far as Battlefield 1 goes. It was very enjoyable. Obviously, we didn't see a lot there. We just saw, two versions of one map. Who the heck knows what's going to happen with release? I had some fun with Battlefield 3 and 4. Mostly 3, got burned on 4. Same with Phil. So I am looking forward to that one. I am going to play it. I've also been playing a lot of Forza Horizon 3.
You've been addicted to that.
Pretty much. I've been. It's been a long time since I've had a good driving game. I did play a little bit of The Crew.
It looks sexy.
Yeah, it looks really good. Sounds really good, and I'm having a lot of fun. Performance issues with it on PC, not on Xbox, but it got a little bit fixed a little bit in the last patch. But I've been driving the crap out of a bunch of cars, having fun with that game. And a little Fallout 4 or whatever. Besides MechWarrior, that's what
I've never played any of the Fallout series, ever.
Do you like, single player? Well, what's the other game they do? The fantasy one? Why can't I think of it? Hippie, are you still there? He plays it all the time. What's the fantasy one that they do? The big open world one that everybody plays. I'm just blank. My mind's blank.
Are you talking about like Borderlands or?
No, somebody's gonna. It's the same developer. Somebody's gonna say it. It's just on the tip of my tongue. I don't know why I can't say it. It's a big open world. There's lots of mods for it.
Skyrim.
Yes, thank you, Ba. Mozart, appreciate it. Anyway, same kind of thing. So, do you like big open world single player type stuff?
I never got into them. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't be opposed to it. It's just, I guess, time investment as well. Like,
yeah, it is a huge time investment.
Yeah.
Great game.
That's why I don't play Eve anymore. I'd love to play
Yeah, I know.
Eve, but like
Going free to play.
Let's go ahead and talk about this.
When I saw that, dude, I immediately thought you were going to be tempted back in.
I was, but it's not even real free to play. So, here's the problem where
I didn't
CCP
know
is
that.
fucking up. It's just, oh hey, you can play our game, but you're limit capped and you're ship capped until you buy the thing, which is bullshit. Make it free to play, which means in a given hour or a day time frame, you earn X amount of XP on, whatever skills, and that if you don't have a premium account, that you drastically make less.
Basically, anybody that's going to seriously want to play it is going to have to pay, right?
Well, yeah, but I would have no problem, because then I could say, I could boot up my account, I have 50 plus million SP on my main, I don't mind if I earn less XP if I can just play. But I mean, that's the sort of catch-22 they have, which is basically like, if you really care, you'll buy premium. Well, make it free to play. It's about convenience. It's not about putting a cap. That's bullshit. Whatever. Anyways.
Well, I understand that then.
It's bullshit.
Yep. All right. Well, moving on from video games, I guess we'll see what happens with Battlefield 1, and we didn't get into it, but obviously we'll
let you know
to
about
Titanfall
Eve
2 as well.
Because well, you know what? Titanfall 2 is going to fall short. I'm calling
Just
it now.
Right
it's gonna,
there, you're calling it?
Yeah, it's going to exact
DOA?
same shit lack of
What
customization.
about
The player base,
campaign?
I think that'll be cool, but the player base, but after that, the player base,
Doesn't want to play in mechs. Yeah,
they
I
don't
know.
want fucking mechs. They want Call of Duty with jump packs, and Call of Duty jumped on that. Anyways,
Yeah, I get that. I'm looking more forward to looking forward to the single player campaign more than I am multiplayer, just for the same reasons. But I hope they do an amazing single player campaign.
All right,
And
so
Zoof is looking forward to Civ 6. Cool.
Battlefront, biggest waste of time. Done with it.
Yep. Hey, so you and I both, obviously, most people around here know, work for PGI, and we often get asked what we're working on, and we tend to be vague, I think, because, well, you know, day to day, week to week, month to month, we can definitely be working on different things, going from one project to the next.
Yes.
Whatever. We wear many different hats and do as much as we can.
And the majority of things people will never know. I would say 95% of the stuff no one ever knows. So yes, there's many things.
I just thought we could spend, just a few minutes maybe talking about what we're working on right now, like what we're a part of or whatever. Obviously the stuff that we can talk about, and just give a little update what we're doing, for more reasons than just to talk about it, because obviously, as I mentioned earlier, October is a big month for us, but we can get into that. That was then and this is now, but let's talk about now. What are you working on? We know what Bandit's working on in chat there. Yes, Bandit, we know.
So I've been helping a lot with the PTS and some of the balance feedback, basically from PTS. There's going to be
an insane amount of work, man.
Yeah, I know it's a very controversial subject, PTS, as far as energy draw goes. I don't think the community, like if you were to do a poll, I don't think you'd get a 50-50 or even close split. I think some people like it, some people don't like it.
Yep.
And so anyways, been collecting a ton of feedback, and I can tell you just like straight up, like it's not being pushed unless like it's a net, like net improvement, net win, and that means, the general populace, so it's one of those where I know some people are like, oh yeah, it's going to be coming down the pipe. It'll happen when it happens, if it happens. And so I've been helping quite a bit with that. Some of the, balance as far as like quirks, I give a lot of feedback on that as well.
Like the upcoming heroes and so forth. We'll get into that as well. But
I think, it's tough because like there's other things that are coming down the road. Like for instance, and it's tough from a PR perspective. Like for instance, if so many people in the community would be like, well, don't do big sweeping balance changes. Well, define big sweeping balance changes, because as soon as like you make a few handful of quirk adjustments to a handful of mechs, some people consider that small and some people will consider that big. Well, what does that mean? And so, obviously, there are balance issues between mechs, and you've seen adjustments throughout the past few months that have sort of taken some of those outliers and fixed them. But I can tell you there is adjustments coming for November in particular that focus on some very OP mechs right now, just because of the nature of the beasts. And I'll leave that one there, and you guys can.
You heard that? Vindicator is getting nerfed.
Totally nerfed.
Down
all of
with
it.
The Vindicator.
And of course, cool. Streaming. That's just not like. Like I've been streaming at nights. One, because my wife is switching over to night shift at the beginning of next week for like a month. So it's just sort of like for my convenience and her convenience, so we can like see each other as well. I'm
so
streaming at night. Yeah, which is more suiting, anyways.
Yes.
But yeah, so
cool.
And I know that, as far as balance and PTS, some people want more information of what's happening. And as far as like town halls or as far as balance, talk and stuff like that. So what I'll do and what I've been doing is, again, I'll reach out to, Paul, I'll reach out to Russ. Me and you will help coordinate, the next town halls. And generally speaking, we're the ones who help coordinate via Russ. because we're the ones who are hosting it, so we need to make sure. Some people, have been asking about that recently as well. So, yeah, balance, PTS, streaming. Yeah, that's
right now. And like we said, other stuff. The in quotes other stuff, PGI stuff, as Havenless said. And myself lately, I've been working. Obviously, I guess it's not a secret. People that are participating been reffing in for the tournament. Currently, right now, this moment, I'm working on vlog number 18. That'll be out within the next couple days. Obviously, work on the Mech countdowns every month, and doing a lot of prep for MechCon. Involved, in a lot of different ways with MechCon. I'll be on stage.
You're coordinating.
Well,
like almost everything. Like, well, not everything as far as MechCon. You're coordinating, like helping people get there, making sure plane tickets, rooms.
Matt Newman is the producer of MechCon. He's the one that's doing all the major coordination and planning as far as MechCon goes. I'm doing certain things.
You're helping tasks. The people. Most of the people, that are coming in, guests and stuff like that.
Yep.
Ourselves included.
Ourselves. Yeah, so just prepping for that. It's only 2 months away. So those are the main things that I'm working on right now. But I've got, other side projects just like you do. That PGI
marketing,
stuff.
PR.
Yeah. I work with streamers and YouTubers and et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, yeah, that's what's happening. And speaking of MechCon and MWO, let's talk a little bit about MWO for a few minutes. I can just shoot through these real quick if you want, unless you have comments. Just interrupt.
No, you just go down the list if you want.
Yeah, I mean, this is just basically current events with MWO. What's happening right now? Obviously, we've got Mechtoberfest. Matt having a fun time with Oktoberfest. It's a 17-day event, which I kind of think this is the first one. Maybe we had a month-long event. I don't know. 17-day event ends on October 17th, so obviously it started at the end of September. You can earn MC cockpit items and lots of C-bills. And there is recently announced, speaking of the quirks and stuff that you've been working on, the Clan Heroes collection, which is essentially hero mech for all of the Clan Invasion Wave 1 mechs, Timberwolf, Stormcrow, Direwolf, etc. A lot of people were asking for that for a long time, so they're there. Lauren did an amazing job on the...
Let me hop in there, because since that has been announced, we are fully aware of the potential for some of those Omnipods to be more so beneficial than current and or others of those locations. That is being taken into consideration as well. So just to let you guys know, yes.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. To finally see heroes there. And I'm sure there's been a lot of people asking, what about the other clan mechs? I'm sure they will follow. I don't know when, I don't know any details, but yeah.
I will be honest. I was a little sad. About the heroes.
Because the timber?
It wasn't Aiden Pride's Timberwolf.
Yeah.
And Natasha Karinsky, the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
There was a few that I was like, from a lore standpoint, and this is just the nerd in me, I would have preferred to see a little bit more of those. Some of the other ones wasn't really concerned with because, but yeah.
Well, and this brings up something, like you just said, the nerd in you, the lore. Sometime, and I'm just really quickly going to speak on this. Every once in a while, Phil and I will use terms like lore lovers or lore heads or lore geeks or whatever
nerd.
BattleTech nerds. We use it in jest. I mean, it's totally poking fun in love for multiple reasons. And I just want to clear the air that we don't look down upon people that care about lore and all that stuff. Usually, the context that we're discussing it is in game balance and translating things like tabletop and novels to a
we can't
video
knock
game.
it because we are it.
Well, that was my second point. Is number one that we're talking. When we bring it up, we're talking about the translation of things like tabletop and novels to a video game. But then the second point is, yeah, we're only making fun of ourselves. I mean, I started playing BattleTech in 1984. I've played all the tabletop, the cards, read all the novels a million times, played every single iteration of the video game. Phil has like encyclopedia. Well, he's basically a walking Sarna.net as far as all the technical aspects.
I used to carry that around in middle school.
I know. So my point is, if anybody was ever offended by us saying something like that, please don't be offended. Bottom line was we're poking fun at ourselves, and people like.
All right, we're moving on because
Yeah.
I don't think it's even a thing.
Anyway,
All right.
Yes.
Clan Invasion Wave 1 sale.
So basically, yeah. So the Hero Max for Clan Invasion Wave 1 were announced, and there's a Wave 1 sale going on right now. 35% off MC and C-bill costs of those mechs ends tomorrow, literally. So if you want to get any of those Clan Invasion Wave 1 mechs for cheap, on the cheap.
So MechCon obviously will be there. Yeah.
Dude,
you're going to have to put up with
this.
us.
It's literally 2 months away.
So,
Bandit's out there. We'll see Bandit there. Who else is in chat that we're going to see there? Did you see somebody?
Zoof is actually coming. Devil Crown's going to be there, I think. But I'll be able to give Zoof a big hug. And,
It's about time, right? Maybe we can make a GIF out of it or whatever.
Awkward stare. So we've got, Side Strafe. We've got...
some of the big names that are coming. Side Strafe.
George, Duncan Fisher.
Yes, Duncan Fisher himself he'll be signing autographs. And also, I heard something interesting about George, his character recently, which is there's rumors going around that his Duncan Fisher character is going to be canonized into BattleTech lore, which I think is totally appropriate, overdue, and I hope it happens. I don't know what it's based on. Who's going to make that decision? Is it Randall? Is it I doubt it's Wiseman or anything like that. But who makes that decision as to whether Duncan Fisher becomes lore?
It should have been a long time ago.
Right?
It's overdue. We've got
the Beef will be there.
Yep, Angerbeard, Zoof, and then all of you guys.
Possibly a couple other streamers from the community that
we don't want to confirm anything until it's finalized.
Yep.
Don't want to get you excited. But that is December 3rd in Vancouver. I think we'll be there a few days, potentially early, and we're going to... I'm going to go ahead and say it, Daeron, whether you like it or not. We'll do a live podcast there. That'll be a thing.
Well, certainly
that's
if we
happen.
get up there early, we will do it, and I think that's what's going to happen. Father Bill says he's going to be there as well. Awesome. We're
going to steal their couch and area, and we're going to do a podcast there. That's what's going to happen.
Maybe we should do it in that lounge area.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna go in there and take over that spot, and
we're just gonna lay down the law. We're gonna say this is what is going to
Tina
happen.
will be like, "No, you can't do it," and I'll be like,
or she'll be on the podcast, man,
and be like,
or something.
You go. We got this. No.
So anyway, you can obviously it's December 3rd in Vancouver. If anybody's interested in purchasing tickets, you can go to mwomerks.com / what is it? MechCon / MechCon.
Is that what it is?
Yep. So anyway, that's the MWO news. Now, speaking of MechCon tickets, MechCon, NGNG. First of all, we have some NGNG news, don't we?
Yeah.
What is
it?
You want to tell them?
It snuck up on me. I'm not gonna lie.
A long time ago on a night just like this.
5 years ago, when I met Daeron, he was lost.
Well, I think we met
on the
like
battlefield
6 years ago or something, dude.
Yeah, it has been a while. It was about 6 years, something to that effect.
Yeah.
So we got NGNG, our 5-year anniversary already here.
5
holy
years,
shit.
Dude. I know.
Yeah, so
basically, we started NGNG as a community within MechWarrior Living Legends.
Yeah. Well, no. Hold on. Take a step back here. We started NGNG podcast because in 2009,
But we started the TeamSpeak server.
Yeah,
and
TeamSpeak. Yeah, but I mean that was around the same time. I mean, actually, I think it was pretty much all.
No, I was just giving a lead up to us starting the podcast. We started the community within MWLL. The thing.
Well, no.
Then MWO was
We had
announced.
formed I had formed Wolf in Exile,
Yeah.
and that's how I met you, because I recruited you, because you were lost, and you needed something.
All I did was go to the frickin' forums and look at what units were.
And then he became. And then he
And I
became.
contacted
I remember because we were doing these like blood name trials, and he was our lore master. And I remember he totally threw the match. I remember that, and it was.
I don't know what
hilarious.
you're talking about, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, MechWarrior Living Legends back then, and it was because MW was just announced, and I had only
decided to do the podcast.
Yeah, and I've listened to those a few times, and I always cringe because I'm like,
We apologize.
you know what? I don't anymore. Oh shit, we just got a sub.
what it is.
OPV 0214.
Is it
Sub
OP
high.
Ivy?
I don't know OPV or
OPV, OP,
OP?
Ivy.
OPVI.
Thank you
Anyways,
for your support. We appreciate it.
holy shit, man! Sub hype, subbing with Twitch Prime, and that's actually something
appreciate
new.
that, guys.
By the way, I'll just go ahead and toss this
Go
out
for
there.
it.
For those that don't know, Amazon bought Twitch like 2 years ago. They're finally coming around to where
Soof.
if you have Amazon Prime and you have a Twitch account, you can link those and you get Twitch Prime. And Twitch Prime comes with a 30-day sub each month to a channel.
A free sub, so you can every month sub to any channel you want for free.
Or, you know, NGNG TV, because
Which includes NGNG
you know,
if you so desire.
if you know.
If you want the cool, like, yeah, show them some of the emotes, you know?
But with that, the only reason I also bring that up is if you're already a sub and you have Amazon Prime, go ahead and switch over to Twitch Prime. Save yourself $5. You know, I mean, heck, you don't have to. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. You're a grown adult. But it could save you a few bucks.
Death's Riddle, thank you guys.
And
OP Ivy
yeah.
is a band. Okay, good to know.
yeah, so
Operation.
there's that. Okay,
Got
so
it.
back to
Yep.
NGNG, our 5-year anniversary,
Yes.
October 31st.
It was literally on Halloween night 5 years ago. Well, a month. Anyway, close to 5 years ago when we did our first podcast. Why the hell did we do it on Halloween night?
Because we don't like children.
I guess so. I don't know why we would have decided to do that.
I
But
don't know.
anyway, we did. Made the anniversary easy to remember.
Oh.
But it has been 5 years, and so what we're going to do is celebrate all this month. We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to give away premium time. We're going to give away MC. We're going to give away mech packs. And here's a big one. I said, speaking of MechCon tickets, we are going to give away 2 MechCon tickets. Obviously, this is going to be an interesting giveaway because you don't want to win these if you can't go, right? So it's going to, I don't know. We'll figure out how we're going to do it.
How much are the tickets though themselves? They're what, 50
$50
bucks
each or something like that? Yeah.
So basically, it would require someone being either local or on short term being able to basically.
Or wealthy beyond all imagination, and they wouldn't care about the ticket price anyway. But
Oh shit! Sub hype. We got a train going. Redneck, sod, more subs. Is this gonna happen?
thanks, guys. Thank you for the support.
I don't even
it.
right now.
But I do want to make the point real quick. Those 2 tickets to MechCon were donated by community member Shylock, who can't make it, unfortunately. We are bummed that we are not going to see Shylock there, but he said, you know what, if I am not going to be able to use these, then I want them to go to somebody who can and will have fun. So thank you, Shylock.
Yes,
and
Shylock.
Stay tuned for information on how we're giving those away.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
If someone's rich and would like to adopt a 32-year-old, just saying, you know, like, you know,
Yeah.
just saying,
Okay.
it's there, you know, I mean, you know.
Yep. And
All
thank
right,
you,
guys.
Zoof, for
You
posting
know-
the schedule.
So let's see, that's on a Monday.
What's on a Monday?
The 31st.
Okay.
So either
No, don't commit anything. Don't commit to anything.
No, I was gonna say
What
like
are you doing?
we will have a special podcast that night. We will do
have
something
a daughter,
fun.
Remember that, and I have to do Halloween with her. If you want to do something special, we can talk about it and we'll figure it out. But I do have to go out for Halloween.
Didn't we just discuss this? We started on the 31st because we don't like children. No, it's all right. She would probably like kill me anyways. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do something. If it means I'll stream
Maybe we'll take shifts. Maybe Malgus. Maybe.
I'm actually that weekend.
Maybe,
right
Mark.
before that, I've got 2 races back to back. So.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that Monday will be perfect because I'm not gonna want to do shit. I'm gonna want to just
sit
like
around?
eat food and
Yep.
retake,
Get pizza and play some MWO.
Pretty much. So I may just do like a all day stream. Like
We'll figure it out. We'll do something special. Like I said, lots of giveaways. We're gonna have a good time. This is our NGNG 5-year month, and maybe we'll celebrate into November as well. Up to MechCon, keep doing giveaways. We've been doing this for a long time. I talk to people like, yeah.
Speaking of which,
Mm-hmm.
me and you
Yeah.
have talked recently,
Nonsense.
and we're making a commitment. I'm making a commitment
Oh, yeah?
to Daeron, Mama Bear, the Beard.
Podcast every week. Are you going to commit to that?
We are, damn it.
Here's the
Having
deal,
a
guys.
no, don't you? Here's a don't you? There's no
No,
buts.
I'm not
It's-
but. I'm not but.
I've got a pen in my
I like
hand,
butts.
and so it's official. Every Wednesday, unless I'm sick,
Emergency.
or you are sick, or your daughter
Dude, I'm always
vetoes
sick in the head.
things, we will be here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And on top of this, we will be making some changes to the website in the near future. We will be updating some stuff. We'll be updating some information on our Twitch channel. We will be making some adjustments to our Facebook page. And, of course, with that, our Patreon account as well. We know we need to do better, and we're going to do better. So I'm holding
We've neglected you.
myself accountable to Daeron.
And I'm holding myself.
And this
Holding
relationship,
myself. Nothing about accountable. I'm just holding myself right
our
now.
bond will be strong again, and we'll mend this.
We did
this
agree
gap
last
between.
night. Phil and I did agree last night. We're going to be doing this every week. It's easy every single week that goes by. We both have a lot of stuff going on, and when Wednesday rolls around, if we don't have something easy to discuss, an easy topic, an easy guest, or whatever, it's easy to say, we'll do it next week. We're not.
But
gonna
no
do that.
longer. So you may have to hear about what I ate that day, or
Yeah.
what am I?
At which point I'll put my headphones down and let you guys talk about it. But anyway, that's why I also announced that we'll be having Randall in a couple weeks. We are going to be, we're back at this, guys. It's 5 years, and we don't feel like stopping.
Mega, you're 100% right. And actually, that's one of the things that we've talked about. And for those that can't or are listening in this, Megadeuce says, "Wait, didn't you guys run out of things to talk about before?" Which is why you went to the current podcast schedule. But here's the thing. You're 100% right. But we're not on a schedule. And that's been bugging the living shit out of me for the longest time. And so, in lieu of that, just like how we started this podcast, where, how are you? What's going on? What are you enjoying?
Did you notice the format tonight? Yeah.
It may not just focus just solely on MechWarrior BattleTech, because at the end of the day, there's only so much we can talk about as far as news.
That being said,
or
it's always going to be rooted in that.
Yes.
I mean, this is a BattleTech MechWarrior podcast, but we will discuss more, just like we did today. Doesn't mean we're going to talk about TV and books every week. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We're going to see how it goes, see what people like.
Thank you, Gimpy, for the host.
Thank you. We're going to take feedback, etc. We'll pass on that host because we're almost done here. But yeah, and if there's room for a different type of podcast, like during the thing we brought up Book of the Month, and if
Do we need a
if
label
there's-
of them? Is that what you're saying? So like,
No, but if there's stuff that people want, or we have ideas and we want to branch out, just like we used to do the Mechs, Devs, and Beer, there's things that we can branch out and do. The point I'm making is that this is something that you and I still very much have a passion for. We love doing our podcast. We love the community out there, and we enjoy doing this. We just been getting busy. We got employed, and it was hard to keep up.
And we need to make it enjoyable and sustainable for ourselves too. And I think that's one thing I've struggled with. I mean, if we're just having a real moment here.
I mean, this is number 146. We've done a lot of these. That doesn't even.
And dude,
count all
for the
other
first I think it was first 2 years, we never missed a podcast.
ones. Yeah.
And so it's one of those where what's sustainable and what's fun and what's enjoyable. And me and Daeron have talked about all this. And like I said, for you guys, I think the best thing is just being open and honest with you. And, you know, sometimes in some days, especially in the past, I didn't just feel like doing a podcast because I'm like, we've already talked, like, what's going on in the, you know, MechWarrior. Well, there's only so much you can talk about because we've talked about
about every subject multiple times.
Let's talk about let's talk about this. Well, we've already, you know, so you're going to see a slight shift in a few things. Obviously, still centered around exactly what we've been doing, but it's stuff that we have to do for ourselves because, you know, she's lost that love and feeling, and we want to get that back. You know, is that a good analogy?
Love and feeling.
Whoa, whoa. Oh no.
Yep. So let's see.
As long as you're Goose and I'm Mav, as long as that's known. No?
I'm none of them.
No?
Daeron reads BattleTech books on the podcast. Phil does sound effects for the readings, like the dude in Police Academy. I want to see Phil.
Pew.
Yeah.
Right. But
Anyway.
yeah, so that's what's happening as far as
Yep.
the podcast. We will be here back next week as well, and
A week from today, podcast number 147. We have no idea what we're going to talk about yet, but it'll be fun.
ooh, so community created. I found a few
put this
things.
on here. Tell me
Yes, and you deleted one thing.
Yes,
I see.
did.
Yeah, and it's
'Cause we've already
approved.
gone over time.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
That's why.
So I'm gonna drop a link for you guys. Make sure to check this out. This is really freaking cool. One, it's a community-created MWO Hero Mechs, and it's like 3 versions of a Timberwolf. I'll go ahead and drop that link. It's on the official forums. It's got a pretty badass. Anyways, I love it. Daeron, I'm dropping it. There you go. Make sure to check that out. Let's see what else we got. BattleTech by HBS just had an update. If you didn't get it. Here is the link. You get to see the Striker vehicle. Dropping the second link in chat.
Just a quick point about BattleTech. We didn't bring it up. Catalyst will be at MechCon. They're going to have a whole tabletop setup area so people can play tabletop.
And I asked Mitch last night, because he was on my Mech Commander stream, are you going to have a playable version? As of right now, he said yes, and possibly it might be a little bit newer as well, but they're not promising anything because, you know, the build may get screwed up. And you know, but they will be there.
More than likely, there's going to be a playable version of
there.
BattleTech there.
They'll
They
do
did
it.
have one, obviously, at Gen Con, so it's likely that they're going to have it there. So you'll have
Mitch-
Catalyst, you'll have Harebrained Schemes with BattleTech.
You know Mitch
There's
is going to
be-
deliver. He's going to...
Yeah. Of course,
And you know what's
it's
funny?
It's MechCon,
Dude,
man.
I just found out last night that one of the characters in Mech Commander is Jordan Wiseman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
One of the voiceover?
No, one of the icons and everything. It's actually him.
The icon is
and
him.
voice. And then I was like, oh yeah, you know, I remember having a crush on Mantis growing up, and he was like, yeah, that was like our marketing girl, you know, whatever. I'm like, oh shit, Captain Yid with
Thank
the
you for
sub.
support.
Holy crap, dude, we're up
Appreciate
to,
it.
we're on our way
Yep.
to 250 subs. That's the next goal for emoticons.
The next goal, and we get another emoticon or a few. Also, speaking of Jordan and Mitch and everybody, there's going to be some really cool panels, basically Q&As panels with said people. So there'll be, you know, like the history of BattleTech and MechWarrior and stuff like that at MechCon. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be so many people there. It's just going to be like a who's who of BattleTech and MechWarrior and the community. I can't wait.
I just dropped another link in the chat too. It's to the BattleTech.com website. It's basically if you're new to the board game or BattleTech, this is a fantastic resource. It literally,
a great, yeah.
It just lists out everything that you need to know, or resources, or like, hey, check out this, you know, tabletop game for the tabletop and getting into it. I know a lot of you guys, you know.
I want to get into the tabletop.
So we do need to contact Mitch. Me and you. We need to reach and sort of get an idea too. Like, when can we start? Like, when, and we may not be able to.
We stream.
Yeah,
stuff,
like
right?
it may not happen obviously right now, and we may not even be able to say like a date or whatever we get early. But we're gonna do our damnedest, and when we're able to, you will bet your ass I will be streaming the shit out of it. And it's funny because he was in chat last night.
My ass, but yeah.
And I was playing Mech Commander, the expansion pack, continue where I left off. And yeah, he was in chat, and you know, just sort of just hanging
For those
out.
that don't know, Mitch at Harebrained Schemes is the creator of.
He was the
Mech
lead
Commander.
designer.
He was the lead designer
Yeah.
at Microsoft when they did it, And so yeah, I mean he's basically like Jordan Wiseman is the godfather of BattleTech. Mitch is the
Mitch
godfather
Commander.
of Mitch
Mitch Commander. Yeah, so
he's the dude, man.
yeah.
We're
So
surrounded by these epic peoples.
really excited for Vancouver. I mean, it was sort of surreal. Like looking back.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember, like finally, like walking into this lake, and I was just like, oh, okay, there's the front desk, and like, oh, hey, there's all the. It was just really, I totally nerded out for a bit.
Yep.
And so there's that. But anyways, guys, just want to say thank you. Quick shout out to everyone in chat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. Again, I will make sure to get this up on YouTube as soon as possible. Speaking of which, if you're new to the channel, my name is Phil. That is Daeron right over there.
Where?
You can call him Mama Bear, whatever bearded one,
Yep.
Wisdom.
That's Phil. Also, just before you, because I don't want to forget, and thank you, Bandit, for reminding me, MRBC Season 8, Week 1 starts next week. They have, again, record number of signups. I think it ended up at 75 or something like that. So huge signups again for MRBC. If you want to check that out, check out what they're doing, mrbcleague.com.
Oh, I've got something else.
What do you have?
I'm about to drop some knowledge.
Drop it.
So, me and Daeron have possibly found a solution to people outside the U.S. for t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Hopefully.
Maybe. Are you guys hyped? You should be excited.
Yeah,
Speaking of which,
everybody
are you
here.
wearing your shirt? I saw it. You wearing the Atlas one? Yeah. It's blending in with the
There
beard.
is an Atlas head under
Yeah,
there.
there was, so, yeah, but anyways, guys, if you are new to the channel, click that follow button. Quick, huge shout out to all of our new subs to the channel. The Amazon Prime thing, it's genius. I'm wondering why it took them so long to do it, but it's sort of fantastic. And again, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's subbed to this channel, that follows this channel, that shows up every single day to watch me stream. Thank you guys so much for just the support. And again, me and Daeron will be doing more because you guys deserve more, and that includes being here on the podcast every single week, and some other stuff too, which
Plus.
we will, yeah,
Weekly podcast plus. That's what we'll call it.
so
It's like Amazon Plus or something. I don't know. Whatever.
again, just thank you guys so much. And of course, as we wrap up here, quick shout out to all of you, all of our viewers, new and old, or old and new, or really old in some people's
Thank you,
cases.
subs. Everybody that subbed, all of our previous subs. Let's get a big. I want to see like everybody. Let's see. Everybody thumbs up. Let's do a big
can they do-
sub thumbs up.
I would say golf clap, but I mean that wouldn't be as. Are we gonna?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Can we do it? Thumb 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 thumb. Yeah. Anyways, no, really, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for the support. The next goal for emoticons is 250. We might possibly get there. If we do, we do.
see.
If we don't, we don't. It is all right. Just want to say thank you again for all of your continued support.
Look
We
at
are
all
nearing
those
our
thumbs. Thank
5-year
you, guys.
anniversary. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. But again, thank you guys so much. Quick shout out again to our subscribers and, of course, our patrons.
Patrons.
And we will be
Thank you.
we will be updating our Patreon account. That's one of the things that I will be laser focused
the agenda.
and it's on the agenda and on that. But guys, that's gonna be it. Any last words?
Number 146 complete.
Is there any other shout outs you want to give?
Anything? I don't know. Nothing I can think of off the top of my head.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Shimmering Sword
Yeah.
and Spooky 777. By the way,
Good guys. Amazing artists.
both of which are on DeviantArt, and Spooky just posted some official Catalyst, which he does do official Catalyst work now. He has been doing them for a while, actually. But I just posted up some stuff like that. So anyways, make sure to give him a
Cool.
follow. But anyways, guys, this is what your local No Guts, No Galaxy MechWarrior podcast. Signing off for tonight. This is Phil.
And this is Daeron.
Until next time, Mech Warriors. Oh, we nailed it. Shout out to all of you beautiful bastards. Thank you for all the support. Now, go grab SOF. Candy legs, so delicious candy legs.